I got your check. He said to me, I'm 100. I want my check before I go on. I have your check right here. You know, once a producer, always a producer.
Now, I just want to see.
Now, this is a talkie, remember now. Is that sufficient?
Don't see it.
Well, trust me, it's in there. Well, you know, once they live through the Depression, they never forget.
Oh, this is $569. I would have charged you twice as much if I knew you had as many
well, I'm sorry.
people as that.
That's why you should read your contract.
Yeah.
Let me wish you a happy birthday, sir. 100 years old. How is it going?
I am 107 days old. I'm working on my second 100. You know, that many people?
That many people. And you're still driving. You still drive your car?
Not necessarily.
Not much?
No, I have a license that lasts me till I'm 102. No. But I am not driving now because I get a little jittery when I do. But I could drive if I wanted to. Yeah.
When was the last time you renewed your license? How old were you?
It was a 5-year license, and I got 2 more years to go.
Now, when you walk into the DMV and they say, 98 years old, do you take the test? Do they make you go through the whole?
Give me that again.
When you walk in and they look at your license and they see 98 years old at the DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles, do they make you take a special test, or do you just take the regular test?
It's getting a little more embarrassing, as you ask, because a very nice lady was head of the thing, and she got me. I didn't take any tests of any kind.
Because you promised her a job in one of your films?
Yeah. Oh, boy, this is Los Angeles, too, isn't it?
Big time. Now, let me ask...
I'm just kidding.
You might lose your license, yeah. Let me ask you about the Our Gang comedies. This is well, here's a shot here. This is Mr. Roach right there with... Now, this gentleman on the end, he told me, the one thing I always admired about your work, maybe you weren't, but I think you're probably one of the very first to use a black and white kids in films together without, you know, in the old days, there were always the maids, and you had them all as equals, which I thought was great. They all played together.
Yeah, that was the first black person to have a 7-year contract.
He was what was his name? What was his name?
Oh, no.
Ernie?
What?
It was Ernie something, right?
No, well, that was not his stage name.
Oh, okay. But this was the first black person ever to have a 7-year contract, yeah?
Yeah, they had a meeting of colored people a few weeks ago in which I declared that he was the first one.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Where did you get the idea for the Our Gang comedies? I mean, what...
Oh, very quickly. Somebody had a girl that they thought was an actress, and they knew a man that knew me, and he called me. He had a friend that had a girl. Would I give him a test and so on? I said, yes. She came. She spoke her piece. She was made up like a leading lady, and she did her dance and sang her song, and she looked like an animal trained. And I couldn't wait to get her out of the whole thing. Don't call me, I call you. And she got out. I went to the window outside, the railroad goes by, a bunch, and the lumber truck, I was on the other side.
All right.
They had cut off little strips of it and thrown them away in the lumber truck.
Right.
These kids had picked them up, and there were about a half a dozen. And one of the smaller kids blamed the bigger kid of having a strip that belonged to him.
Right.
They're going to throw those away in the next block.
Right.
They had absolutely no value.
Right.
And you'd think that if you could hear this kid arguing for his stick back, that their life depended on it.
Right.
And all of a sudden, I look at my watch. I was talking or watching them for 15 minutes. I said, those are kids doing the things kids do. If you do things that kids do, maybe the public will like them. I tried it, and it was a success.
Well, that's great. We'll talk again. We'll be right back right after this. Welcome back. We are talking with Hal Roach. It's his 100th birthday, but even more amazing than that, this is the man that put Laurel and Hardy together. Correct, sir? Can we get a shot? It's okay. Here we are. Now, can I ask you about Laurel and Hardy? How did you put them together, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah? I mean, how did that work? Just go, fat guy, come here, skinny guy, come here. Just like that? I mean, how did you get them together?
But the same way you said.
Tell me about, I've heard this story for years. You tell me if it's true, about you were filming a movie in a house, and the house got knocked down or something. Do you know the story I'm talking about?
Yes, unfortunately.
What is...
Oh, well, we needed a bungalow for a picture we were making, and the casting director, the guy that looks for, picked a house a little ways away from the studio, and it happened to belong to a man that worked at the studio. So we told the guy, take a vacation for 4 weeks, we'll use your house, we're going to tear down everything, but we'll give you so much money when you come back and put everything back the way it was. He agreed and left. And then the company got over there. The guy had a picture of the place that we was going to shoot. The director come to bungalow. He says, that's it. And then he got out. And the guy said, the key don't work. He says, don't break the door down. We got to break it down anyway. And we broke every window below. We tore the trees down, everything. And we have one more day to go when a car with man and his wife and 2 children drove up in front of the house, and the lady, I think, she had passed out, and we had the wrong house.
What's your favorite of all the movies you made? Did you have a favorite?
They asked that so many times, and the favorite one was the one where we had a leading lady for free, and that was
free.
What are you going to do for that? Because I can't remember the name of the girl. So
Jean Harlow?
That was right.
Jean Harlow. Is that the movie about the Foreign Legion?
She started with me at the Hal Roach Studios. Now she's a big star with MGM, and I asked her to so. And the whole idea was that Laurel and Hardy were joining the Foreign Legion because Hardy was in love with her. And after we got in, they found out that all the guys were all in love with the same girl. And then they go in to resign, and the manager of the thing had the biggest picture of all of her. And I've always said that was my the best one, because it cost me nothing. She'd give me all the pictures, and I used about 20 pictures of the same gal. So that was my favorite picture.
Let me ask you one last thing. Now, tell me about this dance. This is another thing.
No, leave this away.
No, don't leave that check lying around there. You want to put that... What? Let me ask you about the hula dance. What's the hula dance? They told me to ask you about the hula dance.
Oh, a long time ago, I was in Hawaii, and they taught me the old man's hula.
The old man's hula?
Yes.
Can you do it now?
Yes.
Doc, can you play some hula music?
Yeah.
Can I help you up there?